The boxing world is heating up as two of the sport's most talked about figures, Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn, finally come face-to-face ahead of a highly anticipated showdown. What began as speculation has now turned into a genuine rivalry, and the tension between both fighters was impossible to ignore during their latest interview appearance. Fans have been waiting for this moment for months. With both men known for their confidence and willingness to speak their minds, the encounter quickly generated headlines across the boxing community. As excitement continues to build, many believe this could become one of the biggest events of the year. And judging by their first public exchanges, neither fighter appears interested in taking a step backward.
Say it's going to be hard or easy. Sometimes I think fights are going to be hard and then it's over in like a second. Sometimes it's going to be easy work and it's actually harder than I thought. So we just won't know till we're in there.
Somehow I find the target every time. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Serious. Come on now. Come on now. You know how it is. Your city? Your city?
In my city.
You don't think I'm gonna hit you with that left hook?
No.
Many fighters like you. I thought that was strong. Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You're the one that started that.
Go for it.
Ryan Garcia has officially confirmed that his next fight will be against Conor Benn, with the blockbuster contest expected to take place in Las Vegas this September. Current reports point towards September 12th as the target date for what promises to be a major attraction on the boxing calendar. The announcement immediately sparked discussion among fans, analysts, and former champions. Both fighters bring significant star power, and the matchup has the potential to attract attention far beyond traditional boxing audiences. With the date drawing closer, anticipation is only growing. What was once a rumored clash is now becoming one of the most closely watched fights on the horizon.
Is it happening?
Yes, sir. I announced it already. It's about to happen.
12th of September, you going to beat him?
Yes, sir.
Adding even more significance to the event, the bout is expected to serve as Ryan Garcia's first defense of his WBC welterweight championship. That extra layer of importance raises the stakes considerably and transforms the fight from a simple grudge match into a meaningful title contest. For Garcia, it's an opportunity to prove he belongs among the division's elite. For Benn, it's a chance to capture the biggest victory of his professional career and silence critics who question whether he's ready for the sport's highest level. When a championship is involved, emotions naturally rise. That reality is already fueling an increasingly intense rivalry between the two men.
Told that September, the Mexican holiday in September, around about the 12th of September, Las Vegas the destination, as Ryan Garcia of Mexican heritage will be defending his WBC welterweight championship. And he was on the Jimmy Fallon show this week, which is massive over in the States. He made a big announcement because he says that he's going to be fighting a certain fella from the United Kingdom in the shape of Conor.
The possibility of this fight became even more realistic after Zuffa boxing promoter Dana White publicly expressed interest in making the matchup happen. White has made it clear that he sees major commercial value in a Garcia versus Benn showdown. Following Conor Benn's reported multi-fight agreement with Zuffa boxing, discussions surrounding potential opponents intensified. Garcia quickly emerged as one of the most attractive options available. From a business perspective, the fight checks nearly every box. It offers championship implications, international appeal, and two outspoken personalities capable of generating enormous attention before fight night.
We signed a one-fight deal with him, and now we just signed a 2.5-year, 5-fight deal with him to stay with Zuffa Boxing.
Ryan Garcia, and the potential for a fight against him is what everybody's been making noise about. What fight do you want? What have you told Dana White?
Whoever wants it can get it.
That's who you are. I have no doubt about it. But I asked a very direct question. This is first thing. He don't know me that well yet. Who do you want? Who's the guy?
Garcia.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear, Dana. That's what I was asking about. What about you, Dana?
I agree with everything he said. That's why I'm in the business right now, is to make the fights that people want to see. This sport is way more broken than I even thought it was. I've already done more fights this year, my first year, than all the promoters combined. Yeah. My job is to figure out how to pay him and pay me. You know, I got to make sure that we make enough money for everybody. His job is to be a badass.
I just want to give people value for money. I want people to want to tune into a Conor Benn fight. I pour my soul into my fights, and I give them every shot I have.
During a recent appearance on Stephen A. Smith's program, Conor Benn openly acknowledged the significance of facing Ryan Garcia. According to Benn, this would represent the biggest challenge and highest profile opportunity of his boxing career. He described the potential contest as a defining moment, one that could elevate him from contender status to global recognition. Benn emphasized that opportunities of this magnitude do not come around often. For fighters chasing greatness, certain bouts become career-changing moments. Benn appears fully aware that this matchup could determine how his legacy develops moving forward.
Ryan Garcia and the potential for a fight against him is what everybody's been making noise about as well. Where is your head in regards to that? What fight do you want? What have you told Dana White?
Listen,
Which fight did you want?
We're going to try and make the WBC World title, mandatory for that shot. I've worked hard to get to that shot, but ultimately I'm not sure of options. There's plenty of fighters calling me out, so we'll see what's there. Whatever fight the public want, they can get. I'm here because I want to make the biggest fights possible. I want to make the most memorable nights in boxing. The ones where people go, "God, what a fight, what a night." Something to remember, history made, legacy made. That's why I'm here, so whoever wants it can get it.
That's who you are, I have no doubt about it. But I asked a very direct question. This is first thing. He don't know me that well yet. Who do you want? Who's the guy?
Garcia.
Yeah, that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear, Dana. That's what I was asking.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has also weighed in on the potential blockbuster, suggesting that Garcia versus Benn could become one of the most talked about fights in the sport. According to Hearn, the event offers a unique combination of factors rarely seen in modern boxing. Beyond the championship implications, both athletes possess massive social media followings and strong international fan support. That crossover appeal could help the fight reach audiences that traditional boxing events often struggle to attract. In today's landscape, star power can be just as important as championship belts, and this matchup appears to have both.
When this interview goes out, Conor will have already fought, so assuming he does beat Regis Prograis tonight, do you want to see him in there with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney? Who do you want to see him in there?
Whoever they got lined up. I don't mind. I'm very confident my boys fighting all of them against Rowley, Garcia. So I'm just happy for him to fight any of them. I really do. And now that he's at his proper weight, you'll really see the best of Conor tonight.
Former world champion Nigel Benn has shown unwavering confidence in his son's abilities throughout the build-up. The boxing legend believes Conor possesses the skills, determination, and mentality necessary to compete with anyone in the division. Nigel has repeatedly stated that he would back his son against any opponent, including established names such as Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. His belief remains firm regardless of public opinion or expert predictions. For Nigel, this fight is not simply another contest. It is an opportunity for Conor to prove that he belongs among boxing's biggest names and continue building his own legacy in the sport.
Garcia is the favourite, and again, people say, you said blah, blah, blah. Yes, I did, because I wasn't going to go, this geezer we promote's got absolutely zero chance, was I? Conor Benn is a brilliant athlete, right? He's a brilliant trainer. I'll never take away his strengths. But from a boxing perspective, he's not, from a boxing perspective, at the levels of Ryan Garcia. But he can still go in there and cause trouble against those fighters. And if he turns up on 100% on that day, can he beat him? Yeah, sure. But Ryan Garcia is a great fighter. It will be a massive occasion. I'm not taking anything away from it. What I stand by is the fact that it's one of the biggest fights in the sport. Conor Benn against Ryan.
Despite that confidence from Team Benn, many boxing observers remain skeptical about how Conor Benn matches up against Ryan Garcia at this stage of his career. A common view among analysts is that Garcia holds advantages in several key areas, including experience at the highest level, proven championship success, and natural athletic ability. His performances against elite competition have convinced many that he currently operates on a different tier, that Garcia's recent accomplishments have strengthened that perception. Having already captured a major world title, he enters this potential showdown with credentials that many believe Benn has yet to match at an SA result. A large portion of the boxing community views Garcia as the early favorite heading into the fight.
47 pounds flat for the last 4 years. His last fight was 150-pound catch weight against Regis Prograis. He hasn't hit 147 for 4 years. Still highly ranked with the WBC at 147, and now gets an opportunity, it seems, in September to be fighting for a world championship.
Yeah, and we have to comment on that performance as the chief support for Tyson Fury and Arslanbek Makhmudov at Tottenham, whatever it was, 6-7 weeks ago, because he looked very weight drained all week as well. And like I say, he made 150, and it was really hard work. I think came in just under 150 anyway, didn't he, on the day?
Yeah.
And Regis Prograis is a slippery, slick southpaw, is at the tail end of his career, on the way down at the moment. And even though Conor Benn won handily, it was over 10 rounds, I think, wasn't it, on the night? He didn't struggle, but he didn't look full of vim and vigour. His tensile strength is there, but he didn't look like the wrecking ball that fought at middleweight against Chris Eubank Jr. in the second fight.
Listen to Paulie Malignaggi had some things to say about the fight and Conor Benn. Listen to him.
Paulie, did you catch the Conor Benn fight? Did you catch the co-main event?
I did. You know what, guys? I'm done. I'm done with it. This guy's horrible. This guy's terrible. I don't mind watching Conor Benn. Like I don't mind him getting the fanfare. He's an okay fighter. Just don't start mentioning him at world-class levels. Then you start crossing the line. Because he's not your Jake Paul either. So it's not like I'm throwing him all the way on the other side. I'm not doing that. I'm being a very honest person here. He's an okay fighter. Okay, but just don't start mentioning him with these world-class situations and world-class fighters. He talks about Shakur Stevenson and all this other stuff. His name belongs nowhere near those guys, okay? For the fanfare, okay, I get it. People start talking about him. He's got a lot of popularity, and I understand that's going to happen. But don't start mentioning him boxing-wise with these guys. All of a sudden, right away, we start seeing tweets and Instagrams about this Shakur Stevenson fight and everybody. Shakur Stevenson would beat him with one hand. I would beat him.
One of the biggest concerns being raised by boxing analysts involves Conor Benn's long absence from competing consistently at the welterweight limit. While Benn has remained active, questions persist about how smoothly he can return to 147 pounds against an opponent of Ryan Garcia's caliber. Competing in a division and thriving in it are two very different things. Several experts believe that facing a championship-level fighter immediately after an extended period away from the weight class presents a significant challenge. The issue isn't simply making the weight. It's whether Benn can maintain his speed, endurance, and punching effectiveness against one of the division's most explosive fighters over 12 demanding rounds. For many observers, that uncertainty remains one of the most important storylines heading into the matchup.
He's got star character and star qualities. If he's going to make 147, if he's good at the weight, it'll be a good fight. If he has really struggled at the weight, he's going to struggle against Garcia, who is a massive puncher at welterweight with both left and right hooks, notably that left hook. It's a dangerous fight for him. I think it'll deliver all the way to the fight, but I'm afraid I think he'll get knocked out by Ryan Garcia, unless he knocks Garcia out himself. I want to see Devin Haney in with Ryan Garcia as well in the rematch. That's a massive fight. But Conor Benn, I've said this before and I will say it again, could end up with 50, 60, 70 million in the bank and never win a world title. And that's an extraordinary thing to say, but it will make him a very successful boxer in this period.
If you're Conor now, is that the fight that you go after and you take next?
Yeah, because it's so big. It's a really big...
At 147?
Yes. Go and take it. Go and have a go.
British boxing analyst Gareth A. Davies has offered one of the strongest predictions yet regarding the fight. In his view, Ryan Garcia possesses the tools necessary to score a knockout victory over Conor Benn. Davies believes Garcia's combination of hand speed, precision timing, and devastating left hook creates serious problems for almost anyone in the division. Against an aggressive fighter like Benn, those strengths could become even more dangerous. According to Davies, the early rounds may be competitive, but the longer the contest goes, the more the fight could begin to favor Garcia. He argues that repeated mistakes against a puncher of Garcia's quality are likely to be punished. If his prediction proves accurate, Davies believes Garcia could secure a dramatic stoppage victory and further strengthen his standing among boxing's elite names.
You know, you can look him up on BoxRec. He got 5 stars next to his damn name, like he's done something, you know, and he ain't done shit. You know, it's in the fight with Regis Prograis, you can see, you know, Regis was one of those guys that started late as well, but you can see the experience of Regis, you know, start to show through. Now, you know, Conor Benn and his team, made the adjustment and went down to the body of Regis and started to slow down and kind of take the fight out of Regis. However, Regis was in the fight. He was catching Conor Benn with some shit, and it's just the inexperience and the low IQ of Conor Benn and not having enough experience to be at that elite level.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley has also expressed doubts about Conor Benn's readiness for the sport's highest level. While acknowledging Benn's determination and physical toughness, Bradley believes there are still important gaps in his overall development. One area Bradley continues to emphasize is ring intelligence. He argues that elite fighters are often separated not by athletic ability, but by their decision-making under pressure and their ability to adapt during difficult moments. Bradley pointed to Benn's recent performances as evidence that those qualities are still evolving. In his opinion, Benn has yet to demonstrate the level of composure and technical consistency required to compete successfully against world-class opposition. Although Benn remains a dangerous fighter with genuine knockout power, Bradley feels that his limitations become more visible whenever the competition level rises significantly.
It's because he has some pop, he had some pop. Ever since, he stopped drinking that baby milk, whatever that was, he took fertility, whatever. Then they said it's something about some contaminated eggs or some shit like that, whatever the hell that is, that makes sense now to me. Why he's taking that shit. They say, well, he didn't mean to take it and all this shit. Get the hell out of here with that. He was suspended for some years, I believe. But you correct me if I'm wrong. But, it was mainly like because he don't believe in himself. Anytime he steps up in the fight, the dude is scared. He's scared to death. I'm pretty sure he was scared in this fight. Because not only did he have to come down in weight, and cut muscle. He had to cut through muscle.
Bradley specifically highlighted Benn's fight against Regis Prograis when discussing his concerns. According to Bradley, the contest revealed both Benn's strengths and the areas where further improvement is needed as the round progressed. Bradley believed Prograis' experience and veteran instincts became increasingly apparent. While Benn made tactical adjustments and found success attacking the body, Bradley felt he never fully established control of the fight. He also noted that Prograis continued finding opportunities to land meaningful shots, exposing defensive vulnerabilities that elite opponents could potentially exploit. For Bradley, the performance reinforced his belief that physical strength and aggression alone are not enough at the championship level. Technical refinement, defensive awareness, and ring IQ remain crucial components that Benn must continue developing.
Back and forth, like I'm gonna knock you out, and Conor responds that Tank made you quit. Rolly Chad and Luke Campbell dropped you. What you think of that fight if it happens now?
I think it's a great fight, but I think if Ryan go out there looking like anything like his last fight, I think he'll stop Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn is defensive enough. I like his intensity level, but his defense don't really handle defense. And Ryan's speed gives anybody problems. And then he can punch too. So I think Ryan will stop Conor Benn on some real shit. I think all the 47 pounders will stop him. I think Brian Norman Jr. would stop him. I think Devin Haney would stop him. Whoever had 47, top echelon, I think they'll stop him.
Is it the weight? Because he looked good against you, man.
Yeah, I think it could be the weight, but also I think it's just his style. His style is not really that complicated. It's a simple style, and the things he do is simple. He jump in, jump out. You know what I mean? Jump in, jump out. It's like fighting a strong amateur. It's just like being in there with a strong amateur.
Boxing commentator Greg Hackett has firmly sided with Ryan Garcia in the matchup, arguing that Garcia's overall skill set presents a difficult puzzle for Conor Benn to solve. Hackett believes Garcia's speed and counterpunching ability could become major factors, particularly if Ben chooses to apply relentless pressure throughout the fight. In his view, that aggressive approach may actually create opportunities for Garcia rather than limit them. That he also pointed to Garcia's ability to maintain distance, identify openings, and capitalize on mistakes. Those qualities, according to Hackett, could allow him to dictate the pace and rhythm of the contest. Should Garcia settle into a comfortable groove early, Hackett believes he has the talent and power necessary to secure a statement victory on one of boxing's biggest stages.
How do you feel with Conor being in? A lot of people have asked me that. I didn't really feel any emotion, if I'm honest. Like, look, I didn't want him to look that bad. Honestly, like I'm not watching him going, oh, I hope he looks terrible. I want him to look well. I was a bit frustrated watching because I think he can be much better than that. I also think that down at that weight, I think he's got it in his head that he can make 47 and he can and he can make 47. But I don't think he's the same fighter when he's making 47 personally. But listen, he's had it off. I mean, mate. People are criticising him. Oh, he couldn't win a British title. He's not the best fighter in F6. Look at what he's done. I mean, I would like to say that how I got him in that position was one of the greatest bits of work by any promoter ever to grace the work. By the way, he put the work in. I will always say Conor Benn works very hard. But me, on my tombstone, just write on the thing, I want to say, great guy, loving father, and what a job you did with Conor Benn. That will go down in history.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has offered a more balanced assessment of Conor Benn's current standing in the sport. While he acknowledges that Ben has not yet fully established himself among boxing's elite champions, he remains confident in his long-term potential. Hearn describes Ben as a fighter who continues to improve with every appearance. He believes the British contender has made noticeable progress in areas such as conditioning, discipline, tactical awareness, and overall ring maturity. At the same time, Hearn recognizes that several challenges still lie ahead. Competing consistently against world-class opponents requires a different level of preparation and experience. Rather than focusing solely on accomplishments already achieved, Hearn encourages fans to evaluate Ben's trajectory and development. In his view, the gap between contender and champion is closing with every fight.
What's your reaction to one of your old stablemates now being paired up with Ryan Garcia? We've now seen Conor Benn. He's going to go into what I consider to be a real fight for him. What's your reaction to that fight?
Yeah, I think it will be the hardest fight of his career to date. One thing about Conor Benn, as much as my views may have changed personally, he trains very hard. He'll give it his all. It's going to be a great fight and it will be an entertaining fight, I'm sure. I think Ryan Garcia, though, arguably is another level to the opponents he's been in terms of levels. But I can't write Conor off. I'm not going to sit here and write him off in that fight because he's going to go out there. This changes his life. He's had a dream to become the WBC world champion. I'd anticipate that belt is on the line unless there's any differences with Zuffa. But yeah, I wish him all the best. It's a great fight. It's a massive fight for the sport of boxing.
I mean, some people could be mean-spirited, not me, and say it's the battle of the PEDs. But in this instance, would you have put Conor Benn into a fight with Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, I said it publicly before. It was a huge fight. I said the build-up for it will be massive. It's two big characters in Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia. From the UK, US coming together. I guess they do it in the US, in Vegas probably. So yeah, of course, if we were still promoting Conor Benn, of course that would be a fight that we would target. And wish them both all the best in it.
Veteran broadcaster Simon Jordan and boxing executive Frank Smith recently discussed the potential Garcia-Benn showdown and the various storylines surrounding it. Their conversation reflected many of the questions currently being asked throughout the boxing world. Frank Smith acknowledged that Garcia appears to hold advantages in both experience and proven championship pedigree. As a result, he views the matchup as the toughest challenge Ben has faced in his professional career. However, Smith stopped short of counting Ben out entirely. He praised Ben's work ethic, resilience, and willingness to engage in difficult fights, qualities that often make him dangerous regardless of the odds. Jordan focused more on the significance of the matchup itself, suggesting that this could be the fight that finally determines whether Ben belongs among the sport's true elite competitors.
I just said, Ryan Garcia would be a minus 350 favorite. Conor Benn would be plus 250. When you add it all up, it's about a 3-to-1 type fight, Mike. The odds makers are saying that Ryan is 75% likely to win the fight, more or less. Who would you be putting your money on with those odds?
With those odds, I'm putting my money on Conor Benn.
One thing that makes this fight so good to me is because what they both have in common is this: the better the opposition, the better they take the mission.
Veteran analyst Max Kellerman has also weighed in on the potential clash, offering a prediction that strongly favors Ryan Garcia. Based on his assessment, Garcia enters the matchup with a significant advantage in several critical categories. Kellerman points to Garcia's speed, accuracy, championship experience, and technical polish as factors that could separate the two fighters over the course of the contest. In his opinion, those attributes make Garcia the more complete boxer at this stage of their careers. While he acknowledges Benn's toughness, aggression, and punching power, Kellerman questions whether those strengths alone will be enough to overcome Garcia's superior skill set. He believes Garcia's ability to control distance and punish mistakes could become the defining factor. Still, Kellerman was careful to note that boxing has a long history of producing surprises. One perfectly timed punch can alter everything. And because of Benn's aggressive style and willingness to take risks, he always carries the potential to change a fight in an instant. That unpredictability is exactly why so many fans are eagerly awaiting what could become one of the most talked about bouts of the year.